Hey guys, welcome to Future Automation. This is Tejas. So today we are going to go with the next phase of finances using Python, where we are going to pull up some stock data over the internet and manipulate the data as per our will. So with a cup of coffee, let's get started. So in previous video, we have learned how to send automated mails using Python, and in today's video, we are going to go to the next part of the finances where we are going to get some stock information from the internet and then use it for our particular tasks. So as always, we are going to use the Spider IDE for developing this code. In this code, as we first need to import all the important libraries. So the first two libraries are related to date and time. These two libraries are used to get the current date, to manipulate the date according to the required format, and then use it in that particular functions. The next two libraries are related to manipulating the data, converting into data frames, and downloading or accessing the remote data. So pandas is used for creating data frames and manipulating them, and panda underscore data reader dot data is used to access remote data. So this particular library is required to be installed in our system explicitly by install using pip function. You can go to the command prompt and type there pip install pandas underscore data reader dot data. Now let's get to the coding part. So first what we will do is using date.today function we will get the current date. Now but this date comes in format of an object. Now what we have to do is we have to convert the date into a string format so that we can use it to manipulate. Now here as Python supports a lot of functionalities. Here there is a function called strftime which will convert this particular object date into string format. Now this whole code is of converting the object date into a string format and continuing it with a split function so that we can convert the whole part, that is the string part, into a list. Now ultimately we are going to be needing a tuple which will be passed in that particular function which is used to pull up the data, but first we have to convert it into a list because the split function automatically converts the any kind of string into a list. Now what we have to do is we have to declare two variables, start date and end date. Now for convenience I have used start date of 2000 1st of January. So any stock which is listed after 2000 1st of January 2000 we can get it here. In the end date we are going to pull up today's date using the date time function and then we are going to use it. Now the use of today's using all these date time functionalities is that daily we can get the latest data of the stock price. Now next to it is that we are going to use the function web.dataReader, which is the main part used to pull the data from the internet and then save it into the variable name as df, which will automatically create a data frame. Now here we have passed four particular arguments which I will explain to you. Now the first argument is the name of the stock and the listing of its section like NSE, BSE, that is National Stock Exchange, and Bombay Stock Exchange. Now if you need to go to a global share, like if you need to get the Tesla share, then we have to just put here the share code name. Yahoo is the website or the service which is a search engine from where we are going to pull up the data and then we are going to store it. And then next is the start date which we have mentioned over here and the end date which we have mentioned over here. Now in the end date we have used the indexing concept which is used in Python, And basically those people who know programming from C, they know that every array has an indexing part. Similarly in Python, list has an indexing part which starts from 0. So the zeroth value will be the year, which will be which will be explicitly converted into int. Then the first value will be the month, and the second value will be the date, that is the day. Now here we pull up the data and store it into df. Now what we have to do is, we have to, just a sec. Okay, so what we have to do is, we have to just get the latest value of that particular stock. Now first of all, let's what we will do is, we will first see that how the data is actually stored in the data frame. So what we will do is, I'll just print out the last 5 entries of the particular data frame. Okay, so here you can see that we have obtained the data frame in particular format. So here we are having the date. Now here is the 20th date, that is the stock value of Adani Powers on the 20th of December 2019, with high was 63, with low was 61, and it has closed at 61.9, the volume as per the given data. So here all the data we obtain is in this particular format. Now what we have to do is, we are only interested in the adjusted close, because this is the actual stock value which that's that stock we have to buy now. So here what we will do is, we will just select the adjusted close column, and then we will go for the tail function. Now the tail function, how the tail function works is, it displays the last values, like the latest values of a particular data frame. Then we have to convert it into string, and we have to hide this particular date index here, because we are not interested in the date index, as we know that whatever data we are obtaining is the latest data. And then we have to split the slash n appended value with it and display the particular data. Now as we have pull up that adjusted float data, we can see that it is in a float, but basically it is converted to a string value. So we have to explicitly convert it into a float value, and then again store back it into latest data. So once we have done that, we can see that we will only get 61.90002. So what we have done here is that, we have pulled up the data over the internet, and then we have stored it in a particular data frame, and then we have just stored the adjusted close or the stock price of that particular stock into a variable, and then use it. Now what we can do is, we are going to combine all these two codes with a particular task, where we can, like, we can mail ourselves if the stock price of a particular stock company, or with a particular company, goes above our expectation, and then we can get a mail that the stock price high, now you can sell the stock, the stock price low, now you can buy the stock. So we can use it as per our imagination, which everyone knows that imagination has no limits. So in the next tutorial, we are going to combine both the code, that is mail using Python, and then stock pulling using Python, and then we are going to create a new code which will intimate us of the lowering or hiring of a particular stock value, and whether to buy or sell a particular stock. So for today, we are done with the video. In the next video, we will see what we can do more. So if you like the video, just like it and share as much as you can, and hit the subscribe button for more videos, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Keep innovating, guys.